Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Oli. If this is your first time, then welcome, and if it's not, then welcome back. So today's video I'm going to talk about something that's more to do with the emotional aspect of healing and going through your eczema healing journey. But this can apply to anyone who's going through any kind of healing process, or if you have some kind of chronic illness or some kind of chronic lingering health problems. And that is the fact that you are going to need a very strong support network when you're going through this process. So this is something that I kind of wish that I'd thought about a little bit more when I first started, because we are humans, we are social animals, and for having strong connections and strong relationships and that kind of emotional support is going to be very important for your mental well-being. Your mental well-being has a very strong link with your physical well-being. So it's really, really important basically. And you're going to need people in your life that are going to be able to bring you up when you're feeling low, when you feel like you want to isolate yourself. This is something that's very easy to do when you're going through something like, especially like eczema, because it affects your appearance. I know it's very, very easy to just kind of withdraw and completely just not want to see anyone, but you are going to have to go and see other humans at some point. So we need to make sure that you are seeing the right kind of people who are giving you the kind of the right positive influence that you need when you're going through something like this, which is very, very difficult. So there are going to be times when you feel like you need to be alone, and that is absolutely fine. I certainly had that, especially at the beginning. I had sort of a couple of weeks maybe at the beginning when I just didn't really want to see people. I kind of just wanted to chill and be by myself, and sometimes just seeing people added a little bit to my stress. So I kind of avoided doing that a little bit at the beginning, and that's absolutely fine. And even throughout the process there were days where I just really didn't feel like seeing people. But you know, this can't be all the time. When you feel ready, when you feel like you can start seeing more people, you kind of need to figure out in your own mind who are the kind of people that make you feel good and make you feel like happy and positive and optimistic. There's going to be sort of 3 different types of influences which I think are really important. Firstly, you're going to need to have the type of people who are going to be there when you want to talk to them, when things are getting really, really hard, who are going to be there to listen to you, who you can trust, that are going to just make you feel like everything's okay and just going to be compassionate and comforting. Basically just want someone who's going to be there as like a good emotional support, whether that's a parent, whether that's a partner, whether that's a best friend. It doesn't just have to be one person, it can be a couple of different people, but just as long as you know that when you have those times and you feel like you really want to talk to someone, that you know exactly who you're going to go to. The second kind of person that you need, the second kind of influence in your life, is the kind of person who is going to distract you from the fact that you have eczema. You can't be constantly sitting and thinking and talking about the fact that you have eczema. Like, sometimes you just need to kind of go out and forget about that and remind yourself that actually life does go on and there's things outside of this sort of horrible skin condition that you have. They could just be your friends, they can be your siblings, they can be absolutely anybody that you know that, okay, I just want to go and I just want to forget and I want to have like a really nice time. And for me, I had a really amazing boyfriend at the time who acted like he didn't even realize that I had eczema, which at the time I thought was just because he was being really nice, but then I actually asked him about it today and it turns out he really just didn't actually notice that I had that bad eczema, which is kind of weird. But anyway, those are the kind of people, like, figure out in your head who that person is or who those people are, and sort of remember to have those like in a mental speed dial. The third kind of influence, the third kind of connection you'll need is somebody you can talk to who is going to be able to relate to what you are going through. I think the best way to do this is to go on social media. Social media is an amazing tool to connect with people who are going through the same thing. Social media is basically the whole reason I was inspired to go through this sort of holistic natural healing journey. So you can get a lot of information, a lot of support from a lot of people all over the world. So we might as well take advantage of this, and I really wish that this is something that I had when I was going through it when I was a teenager. Somebody who you can sort of like share with, oh my god, do you have this? Yes, oh my god, I have that as well. Oh my god, how funny, you know, that kind of person. It's really nice to feel like you are not alone. It's very comforting. And especially again with something like eczema, it's very easy to withdraw and isolate yourself and forget that actually you're not the only person in the world who is going through this, who has been through this. This can be a really, really nice and comforting thought that will definitely help you in your kind of mental strength and your mental like determination to heal from this horrible thing. On the other hand, there's also going to be people who do the absolute opposite, that every time you see them they make a negative comment, they make you feel bad, they make you feel self-conscious because of your skin. And these kind of people, I don't think that they're doing it to be mean, but for some reason they just don't seem to understand that, you know, making a comment about the fact that your skin looks bad that day does not help you in any way. I'm going to be making a separate video on sort of how to deal with negativity and resisting negativity during your healing process. But if you're talking about a support network, just quite simply, you want to surround yourself with positive, happy, optimistic people and influences, and just sort of remove yourself or avoid as much as you can the negative ones. Now, with all these people in your little support crew, you're gonna have to figure out a way to be able to open up, and you need to be able to talk about eczema. And I know that this is very hard. It took me over 10 years to even tell my parents how much it affected me. I think that they kind of saw and they kind of knew, but they didn't quite realize how bad it was. And that is something I really, really, really regret. And I think that if you can just tell one person, that will make you feel better, because once you told one person, it'll be easier to tell another person, and then it'll be easier to start being more open about it. And the more open about it, the less embarrassed you feel about it, because the reason you feel embarrassed is because you think that other people think of you in a certain way because you have eczema. But when you talk to people, you realize that actually people don't think this way about you at all, and people are only ever gonna feel, you know, compassionate for you. It's all part of sort of releasing the kind of the stress and the shame and the sort of the emotional baggage that comes with having eczema, because it can be a very, very heavy mental, psychological struggle as well. And that is something that you need to work through, and you need to be very, very kind to yourself, and you need other people to be kind to you as well. But in order for them to do that and for them to treat you in the way that you need, is to talk to them. And like I said, if you feel like you don't have these kind of people in your life, reach out to people. There are so many support networks that you can find, but just make the effort to have those people in your life that you can turn to when you need it. So that's all I wanted to say on this video. If you have any questions, if you have any other tips on sort of building a support network, or other people or other networks that you can join, please do leave a comment down below, and I'll see you again very soon for another video. Bye.